Hello, good evening and welcome to Sktv's News. You're watching Primetime English News with HEMABATI. First headlines. "48-hour general strike called by Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation paralyzes normal life across Manipur." "Positive response expected from centre regarding demand of NRC before census," asserts ex-Chief Minister and Bahrain, who met Union Home Minister Amit Shah yesterday. State government team to head for New Delhi tomorrow to push for NRC before census in Manipur, confirms government's spokespersons. Chief Minister Kim Chan says his government supports the demand for implementation of NRC before census in Manipur, urges people to find alternative for Bandh. And 46 cadres of KCP Taibanganba Group, including its chairman Haubijam Dilip alias Taibanganba, surrender with arms during homecoming ceremony organized by Manipur government. Now let's take a look at the news in detail. The 48-hour general strike called by JFD has paralyzed normal life across the state on its first day. Notably, the general strike is being enforced from the midnight of August 18 in protest against the government's inaction on the demand to defer the census until the NRC is implemented. In response to the Bandh, large numbers of supporters came out on the streets in many locations, blocking roads by burning tires, erecting fences and sitting on benches. All commercial establishments, including Khairamban Kaithel, remained shut, while schools and colleges were closed. National highway sections and all major roads were a deserted look as most vehicles, including passenger services, stayed off the road. However, emergency services, press and religious activities were exempted from the strike. Meanwhile, security measures are being taken up at several locations to prevent untoward incidents. No untoward incidents have been reported so far.
Bangi participate amoina saruga jadi bose kai gi noi da khigi ire ba iram dam se mutki ga dore habidi akhoi NRC gi matang da kanna khoi gi Manipur da lei riba youth organization civil nupi mioi kya kya na ngasi khoi census tawba ya giro census tawdana khoi NRC tawba ya roi hai na tinga ga lakpa je sarkar na ngasi baw bakta pa khumam ta pi dana namjal laga thamba je sarkar gi mayok ta akhoi Lairiba Manipur ki mioi la kayano aduga chingdana kayano tamdana kayano aduga khoi hauji relief camp da lairiba singje ma magi maramdam da hanjal halakan da khoi hairiba census se tau haibneba.
Normal life was also affected by statewide 48-hour general strike called by JFD. Shops and markets remained shut at Wangjing Kaithel, Thobal Kaithel, Yairipok, Khungjom, Khangabok and Babu Bazar. The district also witnessed less movement of vehicles along inter-district roads and other important streets. People came out and blocked roads at Babu Bazar, Thobal Bazar, Wangjing Kaithel and Athopam Kaithel in support of the general strike. Speaking on the sideline, a Maira Paibi member named Manglimbi urged government to listen to the demands of people and to conduct NRC update first before continuing with census.
Laibak khunai ma praja gi khola oi bese isor gi khola uni haina ahal laman china takpira mi du bonga sigi laingak sina di ta dana sun lai sin bajina ikoi gi Manipur khunai ase aikoi minority ta ga dab gi ning nik laur ga leira ba tanja asida hojik NRC tawbi on hanjal laur ga la pama tamsida tawdri ngai da census tawgani na training tawrei ba se masida sarkar gi thabak loisang ning da thabak tawbiri ba karmachari singna isa gi duty ni haina lawira kanda.
The 48-hour general strike called by JFD also disrupted normal lives in Bishnupur district as shops and markets remained shut at Nambul, Oinam, Bishnupur, Ningthaukhung, Moirang, Kumbi Bazar and Kwakta Bazar today. Only few vehicles were seen plying along to Dim route. Members of KG Moirang Kendra Punbalup, Kemkal, Moirang Apunba Meirapaibi Imalup and Apunba Nupilup Bishnupur district came out and blocked road at Moirang Bazaar in support of the general strike. Speaking on the sideline, spokesperson of Kemkal, S. Bonson, expressed support to JFD and urged government to implement NRC first and to conduct a census only after identification of illegal immigrants in the state.
JFD na changhil leba khongjang asida moirang lamdam masomda leibiriba tongan ba civil society organization amasung imai bel khwai punomana asigi JFD na changhilak leba khongjang asibu support toboina Manipur da makha kaya gi changhilak leba khongjang asiga iroina na taliba National Register of Citizens si hana implement tobiraga haiba census ki lakadurba report singadu National Register of Citizens ki makada haiba Manipur yelhomi singi chap chaba data amasung record singdu thambiraba matungda yelhomi singi oina Manipur imalebak ta lebiriba chilinau phurup punamaki oina haiba NRC si hana implement tobiu amas.
The general strike called by JFD in demand of NRC updation has also affected normal life in Jiribam district. Shops and markets remain closed in Jiribam district headquarters, while the roads saw sparse movement of vehicles. People also came out on the street to block roads in support of the general strike. However, there is no report of any untoward incidents during the strike. Meanwhile, a group of women folk met Jiribam DC this afternoon at his office located at Chingdong Lekai. During the meeting, the women folk urged the DC to hold census-related trainings in the district until the NRC is updated in the state.
Maramdi Manipur ki amna aruba kibam la abanina masi training ke tawpino haibada sana jipa kumpire sia akoi gi dinga sigi khabar da te ye gi numidang gi paw da kan kai leiba ana do koi na hayeng di tawba tar so koi di mit chat pa khot pa da koi starting koi gari haiba wa haije koi thinjarami maru haing ngasi gi se koi Manipur gi lu ba tangom si da NRC tawbi waina koi na laure se Manipur gi parjana jahi masing yame adubu Manipur gi government na Manipur sarkar na ta da na ngasi bolai adegi je koi na hoji se hoji su hana degi koi na laiba wa hai ba wa changchali ba khongjang akoi khongba leite.
Members of Singjamai Chingamakha Sana Khungnang Meirapaibi came out on the street in support of JFD's 48-hour statewide general strike, which is being carried out in demand for deferment of census until updation of NRC in Manipur. Speaking on the sideline, a Meirapaibi named Kundrakpam Ongbi Sarika said, the unrest situation in the state is caused by the demand for separate administration by illegal immigrants. Therefore, census must be conducted only after NRC so that illegal immigrants can be identified first in the state.
NRC sungtau tawdana census saungnaba honareba stage da yaningdaba phongdokpoina khoisu banasi saugatsabani maikai somda leiba khoigi sana khongnang mairagi akhoi mairagi apunba loops na su akhoi hojik tawjariba numinigi banasa saugatsari khoina su dum haijari census tawbiganu NRC tawdana mitop khandok aba matungda census tawbiu mikok thibiu.
Women from Awang Lake Inthabi alongside the Awang Lake Inthabi Modern Youth Association staged a protest in their locality today in support of the statewide general strike called by the Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation JFD. The protesters chanted slogans denouncing the government's persistent indifference towards the JFD and the public demand to update the NRC before conducting the census. Speaking to reporters, Awang Lake Inthabi Meirapaibi Secretary Asangbam Ujala warned that indigenous communities would suffer a severe blow if the census precedes the NRC update, as illegal immigrants could be registered as genuine citizens. She further claimed that indigenous populations are already facing the consequences of undocumented influx, alleging that these immigrants are waging war against them.
Manipur ay balamsida may tayo bazati ama naga bazati ama leran mi hay base hoy mutki bayana leire aduna NRC hana tawbiyu aduga census tawbiyu natragadi akhoi yellow proof sing na punsilaga aduga matho ningda thogdok kaya tholaktuna ngasi gi lenga asigi mathakta waidaba thogdok kaya urakpa yai.
Women folk from Uripok side also extended support to the ongoing general strike called by JFD in protest against the government's consistent ignorance over their demand to defer census until NRC is updated. Large numbers of BAN supporters blocked Uripok Kangchub Road at several locations, including Uripok Laikhurimbi Mamang, Uripok Canteen Crossing, Naurim Thong, Laisham Leirak Machin, Samushang and Iroisemba Chingjin. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines, Iroisemba Punmanupilu President Thongam Indrapati demanded that the government identify illegal immigrants through NRC update before census operations in the state. She argued that the prevailing situation is not conducive to hold a census in the state.
NRC sanadingagi matungjida NRC sanaba matungda akhoi census se thiba hobiu NRC sanadingda census se thiba hobiganu IDP singje huji masa masa gi lebamda hanjal hambiu ase hanjan digai mayamdida kamana census se thibi ga doinoba census thiba je akhoi apumba mayang gona akhoi ju supam pam jadre aji akhoi gi Manipur si dawji tawje census sina karimba hangi ba NRC na sanabdo tabdi akhoi gi metei jingje pumang ma yellow mi jingje loina mangani.
The 48-hour general strike called by the JFD has greatly affected the Pangal Tabi area in Kaching district, as members of the Youth of Pangal Tabi YOP staged protests and blocked sections of the Indo-Burma road. BAN supporters forced many passenger and commercial vehicles to turn back during the blockade. However, emergency and religious services were exempted. The demonstrators also chanted various slogans such as "No NRC, No Census" and "Long Live Manipur." Speaking to reporters, YOP Treasurer T.H. Rishikanta announced the organization's full support for the ongoing strike and its future course of agitation.
JFD na sangsal iba kungjang sida hena sogoli amasong makatara koda sawatkiri haiduna YOP gi makai dagi amadi Europe pangatabi makai dagi anna mayamda ningsingjai baiba NRC se tawdana census to boyaroi maramdi kaigumba NRC tawdana census to sangiba tardi Iramdam Manipur se lady by yellow missing se mut kagani no mati soidana mutta bai damakta JFD sangsal iba kongjang sida YOP Europe antabina sogoli amasong full confidence piraga sogoli.
Members of Challengers Youth of Kundrapam AC, Committee Against Manipur Census Kundrapam AC, PYYDA Pangai, Thaugai Pangai, Pangai Bazaar Development Committee took to the street and showed their support to the 48-hour general strike called by Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation, JFD. People blocked road at Pangai Bazaar in support of the general strike, which is being called by JFD in demand for deferment of census until NRC is implemented in the state. Speaking on the sideline, spokesperson of Challengers Youth of Kundrapam AC, James Leishangtem, objected to the forceful attempt to conduct census in the state while maintaining that NRC update is necessary before continuing with census. Locals and women of Langjing Achoba blocked National Highway 37 within their locality, responding to the JFD's call for a general strike. Protesters shouted slogans denouncing the government's plan to conduct a census before updating NRC in the state. The blockade caused major inconvenience to commuters, forcing them to turn back or detour through local lanes. Ex-Chief Minister N. Biren expressed strong optimism that Union Home Minister Amit Shah may approve updating NRC in Manipur before conducting the census. Speaking to reporters at the Imphal International Airport upon his return from New Delhi, the ex-Chief Minister said he highlighted several critical challenges confronting the state during his meeting with Amit Shah. He added that the matters raised with the Union Home Minister included the public demand for a pre-census NRC update and the demographic imbalance caused by an influx of illegal immigrants. Biren maintained that he clarified to Amit Shah that the people of Manipur do not oppose the census itself, without urging the centre to prioritise the NRC update. He claimed that he also briefed the Home Minister on the ongoing total shutdown enforced by the JFD regarding the NRC demand. Biren added that he cited the Assembly resolutions passed in 2023 and 2024 during his tenure as Chief Minister, subsequent communications from the Ministry of Home Affairs, and the identification of over 900 unrecognized villages in the hill areas. Biren further emphasized the hardships faced by indigenous populations, including ongoing blockades and counter-blockades, noting that the Union Home Minister listened to his briefing with sincere attention. Mention may be made that Biren had left Imphal on August 16 and met with the Union Home Minister at his official residence in New Delhi for about 30 minutes yesterday evening.
Reference may am Puthoga Hajara. Sir, the Prajagi apprehension she Namuk Equi 23 Irang of the Manga Tazagipa, Sagi Opisagi, Halakodasu positively and be Rakibane, Fujitsu Prajana Pamisi, Census Tono Hibinate, although NRC, then NRC Hanato Viraga, Census Quality. Natraga di illegal immigrants mayam singsa maram warakanda ko demographic imbalance ma laani laire hujik laire hujik khange aduna hujik mat government record 926 unauthorized village unrecognized village masi recognized obyono government tharak posule aduna masi demographic imbalance mayam sound lairani sir masigi ni praja mayam apprehension laidna usi ngarang dagi 48 hour smai tang ban tau khre khot khre aduga chhatra sing hesitation to bukho da so kon yauna re haibadagi ma patient hearing yam kupna phajana tai aduga aina thajabada yam phajana tabi re che sang mayam loina purai chithi ma jupirami chithi dudi ai holen social media da whatsapp tai
A state government delegation will travel to Delhi tomorrow to urge central leaders to update NRC before holding the census in Manipur. Manipur government spokesperson MLA Dr. Sapam Ranjan announced this during a press conference held today at the DIPR hall in Ityaipajutek, Imphal. He stated that the public's demand to update the NRC before the census aligns with the state government's goals and cited resolutions passed by the Manipur Legislative Assembly in 2022, 2023 and 2024 to support his claim. Ranjan emphasized that the state government has already been actively pressing the centre on this matter. The MLA also appealed to the Band supporters and the general public to use democratic forms of agitation and avoid violence. Responding to a query raised by Sktv's reporter on why the state government failed to approach central leaders before JFD and the public launched the ongoing general strike, MLA Thokchom Radhesham claimed the public has failed to recognize the government's ongoing efforts regarding the public demand. When asked why the government kept its decisions hidden from the public and why the Chief Minister and Home Minister repeatedly avoided reporters' questions in the recent past, Radhesham admitted that there might have been a communication gap from the government's side. However, he clarified that the representative team has been internalizing and discussing the matter for quite some time. He called for unified efforts between the government and the public to ensure that the NRC is updated before the census begins. Sktv's reporter also asked if sending another legislative delegation right after the ex-Chief Minister's recent meeting with the Union Home Minister would signal internal dissent. Radhesham dismissed this by replying that approaching central leaders for public welfare yields the same result, whether done individually or in groups. He firmly stated that there is no dissidence or rift within the state government.
Elected representatives ki team mama koi enka chatlaga other government of India other Manipur burning issues of Hanadagis of Taxan Lagiba serious and illusory matters which is of utmost importance Amuka Hanna koi other Taxan Namagidam so koi hayang Chadanabri team mama ready later and after using Manipur than a city. When a request of the Mazig, was it a very burning a form of protest, non-violent yes, respect, concern, I'm concerned Miami protest. We believe in Manipuri, democratic way to win without violence and Manipuri Prasagi submit the soap and about Miami Tabak practice in the Saka Singi. I am the Kanbiraga, democratic way the winner. Protest of you had enough appeal to Zilingbani.
Sarkari Matawai Sidi, public concern and expectation will address the Bakwai town, but at times Akwayadura, Karai Hormaya, Lerambaya, two in a place of Toraga Aquina, Asimayamdi, concern man, address of the way, but Akoi Portable Late, Manipur Santi Pami. Prasana pain the Valay concern Rockaway Lotok and remove the address the Wakanda problem now. Sarkar is a Praja lazy. Praja also part of the government because we are elected by the people. Other Miami representative in labor na Aquena, Praja Aquena, living Wakan. When it comes to the integrity and people of Manipur, see, Lakanda, Aquay, we are one. Aduna, Mayamna, Lano, Ubigano.
Chief Minister Yumnam Kheemchan has asserted that his government also support the implementation of National Register of Citizens (NRC) before census, and the interest of state government and people are aligned when it comes to demand of NRC before census. The Chief Minister, however, appealed people to carry out different form of democratic protests over the general strike or ban, as they adversely affect the lives of school and college students and daily wage earners in the state. Chief Minister Kheemchan was speaking during homecoming ceremony of 46 cadres of the proscribed Kangleipa Communist Party Taibanganba group, including the chairman of KCP Taibanganba, Hawijam Dilip, alias Taibanganba. The ceremony was organized by the Home Department at the 1st Manipur Rifles Parade Ground today. Speaking further, addressing the gathering, Chief Minister Kheemchan asserted that the crisis that took place on May 3, 2023 may have instigated some individuals to pick up arms and join insurgent groups. He said the government loaded the rebel group for coming forward to surrender, stating that holding guns has not brought peace. He added that the government would extend all possible support to those who have surrendered. He maintained that the surrender was taking place under the revised Surrender Cum Rehabilitation Policy 2018, under which each surrendered cadre would be provided a monthly stipend of up to Rs 6,000 for 36 months and a fixed deposit grant of Rs 4 lakh. He added that the government would extend support for providing skill-based training to help them earn their livelihood.
Kangleipa Communist Party ki Taibangamba amadi mari grupu ai taramna upsani amadi sarkar ki maikai dagi angamba mateng pangkanda ekoi kulai paiba Natraga kulai ki mapana koi sakat pal lamama oiba yaro haiba khanbiraga thokpiriba kudimaku aina amuka na suikai kumdu chari koi Taibangamba group ki mioi nipu taru de kulai kun duga loina na aina thamjani si ngasigi function si koi revised surrender cum Rehabilitation Policy 2018 की मखादनी
KCP Taibanganba Group Hawijam Dilip alias Taibanganba asserted that the group, along with the cadres, took up arms to protect people and territorial integrity of Manipur when conflict broke out on May 3, 2023. Peace and normalcy is slowly returning in the state, and as a result, his group has decided to give up their arms and join the mainstream once again. During the ceremony, acceptance of surrender was also signed between the government and the KCP Taibanganba Group. The homecoming ceremony was attended by Deputy Chief Minister Lu Sidiko, Art and Culture and Tourism Minister Kurajam Lukain Singh, several MLAs, Security Advisor Kuldeep Singh, and senior officers from the Civil Administration, Manipur Police, and other central security forces.
2026 da KCP Taiwangan ba group duga chairman ai isa Taiwangan ba yauna state government ka peace talk process ki homecoming ceremony makhak pangthok masi pangthok li basigi maram si KCP Taiwangan ba group hai basi hana mamangda mainstream da leiraba group amani adubu 3rd May 2023 gi thokhaningda ba thodok yam laiba thiba thodok ama thokhiba sida thodok sina maram oira kanda mainstream da leiraba ai isamak aduga aigi cadre sing ekhoi gi public singbu protection pina nabagi damakta makoi life property amadi khoi gi state ki territorial boundary si ngak nabagi damakta tangai padana ekhoi khutta khulai parak pataki sumai tawdana ekhoi si khulai pairaga ekhoi gi territorial boundary da singnara iba aduga ekhoi gi public singi life property mastage da singnara iba khuding maksi ngak thok na ba thengladuna lan thengladuna laki.
Now, before we move on, it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Great opportunity for local operators. SKTV is expanding. Come and be a part of SKTV revolution with high-speed internet, IPTV along with OTT and other benefits. We are building stronger connections through franchising. Become a local cable operator and provide reliable information and entertainment to your neighbors. Unlock your growth with our technology and top-tier service. So if you're looking for exclusive partnership opportunities, then please call us at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
Welcome back. You're watching SKTV Primetime English News. More news and updates. 4 women were injured this afternoon when police fired tear gas shells to disperse a group of female protesters who attempted to stop census-related training allegedly being conducted inside the Imphal East DC complex in Porompat. The protest was organized as part of the JFD's ongoing general strike, which presses the government to update NRC before conducting census in the state. The demonstrators chanted various slogans, including "No NRC, no census," in front of the DC complex. Later, a police team deployed in the area fired tear gas shells to disperse the crowd, injuring 4 women. They were identified as Pramu Ketmayum and Pangambam Rojita of Kungpal Narombam Laikai, alongside Atopam Bijeta and Laishram Shunita of Top Khungnang Mako. The injured were rushed to Jennings Hospital for treatment. United Naga Council UNC has reiterated its stance that no census and no delimitation exercise shall be conducted before the implementation of National Register of Citizens (NRC). In a fresh press note issued by its Information and Publicity Secretary H. James Howe today, UNC has demanded immediate implementation of NRC with 1951 as base year. It has also demanded that no census shall be conducted in Manipur until NRC process is fully completed and verified database of indigenous people and bona fide citizen is established for fair and just census in Manipur. It also demanded that no delimitation of assembly constituencies shall be carried out in Manipur before the completion of NRC. Further, UNC also demanded government to stop the practice of random recognition of villages without verification and also to fix a cut-off base year to verify existing villages and de-recognize illegal and fake villages in Manipur. While citing that unchecked and continuous influx of illegal immigrants from Myanmar, Bangladesh, Nepal and other regions, UNC stressed on severe demographic distortion and the direct threat it poses to identity, land, natural resources and socio-political rights of indigenous communities in Manipur. UNC also drew attention towards abnormal increase of recognized and unrecognized villages in certain districts as recorded in government memorandum as per 1950 to 69 records and 2011 census. Rajya Sabha MP Adhikari Mayum Sarda has been nominated as a member of Consultative Committee for the Ministry of Development of North-Eastern Region, DONOR. A notification issued by Under-Secretary to Government of India, Kiran Kumar, informed that Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs has nominated MP Adhikari Mayum Sarda as member of Consultative Committee for the Ministry of Development of North-Eastern Region. Meanwhile, BJP Manipur Pradesh has congratulated Rajya Sabha MP Adhikari Mayum Sarda on being nominated as Consultative Committee member for Ministry of DONOR. BJP Manipur Pradesh has further conveyed confidence that the experience and leadership of MP Adhikari Mayum Sarda will contribute to development and progress of the Northeast and further strengthen Manipur's voice in matters concerning the region. Assam Rifles conducted a comprehensive mock physical and written test for aspirants preparing for the forthcoming Territorial Army recruitment rally at Moray, Technopole district today. A total of 34 local youth participated in the structured evaluation, which provided a realistic simulation covering essential physical fitness benchmarks and academic examination parameters. Upon completing the evaluation, candidates received performance-based guidance and individual feedback to identify shortcomings, refine their preparation strategy, and cultivate time management skills. Assam Rifles encourage all aspirants to approach the upcoming recruitment with determination and a positive spirit, reaffirming its commitment to guiding region youth towards fulfilling careers in the armed forces. In another initiative towards building community trust, Assam Rifles carried out anti-dengue fogging drive at Yangobung village in Chandel district yesterday. Assam Rifles also conducted a 2-day badminton competition at Technopole town. Assam Rifles also organized T Nampal Sports Feast from 14 to 17 August 2026 at Chandel district's T Nampal. On the other hand, Assam Rifles also conducted a solemn reed-laying ceremony at battalion headquarters in Technopole district today to commemorate the 32nd anniversary of the supreme sacrifice of 18 brave soldiers during Operation Hifazat at Sangkhomai. The ceremony was conducted with full military dignity and solemnity, wherein all ranks paid heartfelt homage to honor the courage, valor, indomitable spirit, and selfless devotion to duty of the fallen bravehearts. Moirang MLA Thongam Shanti dedicated a newly refurbished mandop of Moirang Turinbal Leikai, which was renovated using MLA Local Area Development Fund 2026-27. Speaking on the sideline, MLA Shanti expressed happiness on the development and urged people for collective efforts and unity to work towards progress of Moirang constituency.
Aida Moirang Kendra Tauge the Kanjava, Miam Nagoda Nuksibidana, Miam Nagona Tazava Tabidana, Miam Nagoda Nuksibagi, Bahao, Bogalo, Yoda Pagala Piba, Hauna Pibaduna, Nasia Ina Moirang Kendra, Pantoke Kanda Pantopum Jarine. Equina Awatariba, Megi Tang, the Tokyo Toto, Manipuri, Itiahasta, Abu Bakali, the Iragale Horodo, Adugin, Tokyo Toto. I could put Chilo the day.
All Meitei Pangal Youth Association AMPYA and Manipur Youth and Students Union MYSU will be jointly organizing the 3rd edition of Bishnupur district level competition on September 20. Competition will be held under 3 categories on maths, science and general knowledge. An essay writing competition on the topic Combating Drug Abuse, the Role of Youth in Building a Drug-Free and Resilient Society will be conducted for class 12 and 11 students. Registration will begin from August 20. Northeastern Theatre Association Neta Haingang has condoled the demise of its founder president Irengbam Ibomcha of Haingang Mayay Leikai. The association held a condolence meeting at the residence of late Ibomcha. During the condolence meeting, artists and members, including director of Neta Haingang Senjam Nimai, mourned the passing of Irengbam Ibomcha and observed 2-minute silence in honor of the departed soul. Neta has also conveyed solidarity to family members of late Ibomcha. Martyrdom Football and Volleyball Tournament 2026 began today at Ramgaizang Community Hall at Ramgaizang Kasar in Assam. The inaugural ceremony of the tournament, being held in connection with the 95th death anniversary of Haipo Jadunang, was graced by social activist Namairapam Buddhachandra, Rongmei Naga Council Jury Area Chairman Tahemang Panmei, All Assam Rongmei Naga Students Union President Maichingkon Gangmei, and social worker Kanan Gangmei as the main dignitaries. Ramgaijang Youth Club and New Alipur team played in the opening match of the men's football, while Lamgraijang Youth Club faced Mothers FC team in the women's volleyball.
Mete singi mereka, mete ijat yang berada sakwa, aduh nasina, kuali kemai dari nasina, atau apa, jadi kita macam nasida, atau apa jati, hari atau community amana, mete community amada, invite to birada, nanti jauh pun nasi, nanti yang lain tu ni mana yang lain, aduh lain apa tu Romani, jadi semua orang Hima, Aimunda, Yandilega, Aimunda, Divisi, Aimasi, yang semua Aimunda, Nuaja Power.
Now moving on in the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Imphal part, Manipur recorded a maximum temperature of 32 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was recorded at 23 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 92% in the morning and 63% in the evening. Manipur received 5.2 millimeters of rainfall in the past 24 hours. Now before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. "48-hour general strike called by Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation paralyzes normal life across Manipur." Positive response expected from centre regarding demand of NRC before census, asserts ex-Chief Minister and Birain, who met Union Home Minister Amit Shah yesterday. State government team to head for New Delhi tomorrow to push for NRC before census in Manipur, confirms government's spokespersons. Chief Minister Kim Chan says his government supports a demand for implementation of NRC before census in Manipur, urges people to find alternative for Bandh. And 46 cadres of KCP Taibanganba Group, including its chairman Haubijam Dilip alias Taibanganba, surrender with arms during homecoming ceremony organized by Manipur government. Now that's all we have for today's Primetime English News. Thank you for watching SKTV. Keep watching for more news updates. Have a good night.